You were born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making.
Candace Owens is literally a black Karen. Now I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know another way to describe it.
Does Mrs. Macron have a penis?
100%.
The more you tell us to look away, the more we're going to look. Someone needs to tell that to Brigitte Macron because, it's just getting ridiculous. Brigitte Macron has officially filed a defamation lawsuit against Candace Owens because Candace Owens is coming on the internet and she's calling Brigitte Macron a man. Look, at the end of the day, Candace Owens is just some chick on the internet. Yes, she has a lot of followers, but again, she is just some chick on the internet.
Now, why would Candace Owens tell people that the French president's wife used to be a man?
Americans are very divided on this issue. Black people are saying a lot. White people are saying a lot. But before I even show you what other people have to say about this entire situation, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to tell me, are my ancestors looking for me? What the hell? Who is in here? Back, it's the electricity that was playing on me. Oh God, I even got scared for a second. Anyway, so Candace Owens has been sued for defamation by President Macron and his wife. Okay, Madame Brigitte is saying she is a woman. America is out here in the streets saying a lot. First things first, I want to say, what do you mean I saw a person on the internet saying that, you know what, Candace Owens is the black Karen that we have in America? I don't know if black people will actually forgive Candace Owens. But anyway, people are so divided on the internet over this Brigitte Macron situation. He a dude, is it a woman? The suing of it all. People are 10 toes in. Let me tell you, I'm entertained. I want to see how the drama is gonna unfold. Damn. I think the biggest ish in everybody's head is bro, Candace Owens is literally going head to head with a president.
Candace Owens has finally put her foot in her mouth, y'all. She has finally put her foot in her mouth so much that she is being sued by the president of France. Yes, President Emmanuel Macron is suing Candace Owens for defamation because this woman went on a alleged humiliation tour to gain a following by calling his 72-year-old wife a man.
Macron's a man. Yeah, Bridget Macron's a man.
She got you.
Yeah, she got me. Candace got me. She got me hook, line, sinker. Dude, I was eating breakfast today.
Yeah, I do.
This is crazy.
Beyond the fact whether you think she's a man or not, do you not think the story is weird of the age difference, hitting on a 14-year-old little boy that you go to school? So there's perversion there. It's sick. The French people have been outraged by this.
I do think that's weird. Yes, I do.
Yes, so there's some weird perversion going on in that relationship. Yeah. You were born a man and you will die a man. That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. We'll figure it out real quick, however you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine. For whatever reason, to phone, by the way, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it, right? That is what Discovery is for. We're going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to Discovery. I think that we owe that to the world. Anyways, you guys, we are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world.
Well, 1,000%. She was born a man, lived as a man for 30 years. I only presented the facts because Emmanuel Macron sent me a legal threat.
Okay.
We went back at him and we said, Mr. Macron, we won't publish a single episode if you just answer this question. Was Brigitte Macron born a biological male? They came back and refused to answer. They said they don't owe you an answer. Now that's stupid.
All you have to do, let's stop all this Candace, all this everybody. Take a prick of blood, take a little piece of blood. That's male blood or that's female blood. Prove it. Shut everybody up. But then the other side's they don't have to do anything. Like when Obama, when they're like, show us your birth certificate. Would it take 3 years? Just show it. You have it. Show it.
Candace Owens is literally a black Karen. Now I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know another way to describe it. Auntie Tom? I don't know. So if y'all don't know, she did a whole video on her podcast basically saying that the French president's wife, the French first lady, was born a male. And now they're suing her for defamation of character. But that's not even what's funny. Here's her response to the laws.
Because this is just goofy. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I gotta give it to you, you've definitely got balls. Fire everybody around you, and I mean literally everyone around you who told you that this was a good idea, that this was a very good idea for you to be the first sitting first lady of a country to file a lawsuit against a journalist of another country. You are literally making history in all the wrong ways. And I want to be very clear here, right at the top, that this is obvious, very clear that it is an obvious and desperate public relations strategy.
Even the way she says goofy. At first, I thought her whole personality was like an act. Like, I thought she was cosplaying a white woman. But I gotta give it to her. This is really who she is. She really is the type to write a strongly worded letter. You've definitely got balls.
You were born a man and you will die a man. Woo! That's the point I'm making. So give us a sample. I'll send my doctors to take your blood. Figure it out real quick, however you want to go about this. Hey, how about just giving us some pictures again of you growing up, raising your children? That would be fine. For whatever reason, to phone, by the way, like I said, we'll get to the bottom of it. All right, that is what Discovery is for. We're going to ask a lot of questions. You're probably hoping, this will go away, and at least we'll say we sued her. We'll say we went after her. She'll probably file for this to get dismissed. I'd like to make it to Discovery. I think that we owe that to the world. Anyways, you guys, we are revolting against this. We're revolting against the perverts that run the world. And I want to be very clear here. I count you among them. I think you're sick. I think you're disgusting. Wow. And I am fully prepared to take on this battle on behalf of the entire world. Whoa. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. On behalf of the entire world, I will see you in court.
Whoa. Now, that was a powerful response by Candace Owens to Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron's defamation suit against her. Candace is basically saying, I'm here for the Wahala and Palava, bring it the frick on. Now, I don't know what the Macrons are thinking, because they literally just lost a defamation suit in France, in which the French courts overturned libel convictions of 2 women. So I don't know if they think they're going to have a better result in the United States against Candace Owens of all people. But wait, the Macrons are well within the rights to sue for defamation if they feel what is being said about Brigitte Macron is wrong. Now, it doesn't matter that I'm not a Candace Owens fan, okay? But I do give her credit for using her voice and platform powerfully to speak up for Palestinians and speak out against Israel and Zionism. But I do find this particular case fascinating. So if I was a betting person, which I'm not, so the amount to be very small, who would I bet on? And I'm thinking, I think I would place my bet on Candace Owens. Why? Because for the life of me, I can't believe that anybody will put their name and profession on the line if they did not have 100% conviction and strong evidence that what you're saying about somebody else's life is true. I mean, this is some serious stuff, right? The first time I heard that Brigitte Macron may have been born a man was because of Candace Owens. It came through my timeline. And I thought, if she was born a man and medically transitioned, that's her business. She should be able to keep it private. And in the same space of thought, I realized, but she's the first lady of France. So yeah, there's a public interest story there. And if she is a trans woman, isn't this inspirational, aspirational? Because I've not heard of any trans woman that is the first lady of any country. The Macrons better bring their A game on, because Candace is ready and loaded. If Candace is wrong, she'll have a lot to lose. But if she's right, the Macrons will have a whole lot more to lose, because why lie?
Now, why would Candace Owens tell people that the French president's wife used to be a man? Because now she's getting sued for defamation. Yup, Candace Owens is getting sued by French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte. They're not playing any games, and I honestly can't even blame them. Because not only did Candace Owens say that the wife was born a male, but she's also saying that the couple are blood relatives. She also said that Emmanuel was chosen to be president by a CIA-operated program, and that they've been committing fraud and all sorts of crimes. And what's funny is that Candace Owens is standing on that. After that news came out, she released an episode of her podcast saying, I stand on what I say, and I'm gonna need proof of you growing up as a woman. She's going as far as volunteering her doctors to go over there to take test samples. Candace Owens is saying that she's ready for this battle. She's prepared for this discovery because she is so sure that this woman is a man. I'm honestly very interested to see how this battle goes on between them, because one thing about Candace Owens, that girl never rests.
Macron could prove Candace Owens wrong in like a second. It would be like a layup for them. And it would be even easier because of who Candace Owens is. Let me explain. People already don't want to believe Candace. Now, I am a Candace Owens fan, but objectively speaking, we know that in America, she's kind of this inflammatory figure. Like, you either love her or you hate her. You can see people's are like, oh, she's right-wing, conspiracy theorist, clickbait. She's just trying to anger people. She's always saying mean stuff. Like, a lot of these people have never listened to the full context or a full hour of her show, and they just see clips. And the mainstream media has done a really good job of painting Candace Owens in that light, because a lot of the stuff she reports on is like uncovering truths and government and yada yada. But what I'm saying is people already lean in that they don't want to believe her. Like, people already have it in their mind that because it's Candace Owens, they don't want to believe her. So they're already kind of heading in that direction. It would just take like an ounce of evidence and everybody would be like, crazy Candace Owens, just as I thought, she's wrong, moving on with life, and they would believe Macron 100%. So the fact that they're not doing that is even more suspicious to me. For example, if the New York Times broke this story, it would take a ton of evidence to prove New York Times wrong. Like, the American people would, everybody would believe the New York Times, and they would have to produce, the Macrons would have to produce like a lot more evidence, like photos and DNA and et cetera, et cetera. But because it's Candace, they actually have it easy because of how a lot of Americans already see her. And the next argument might be like, Macrons don't care about Candace Owens, but that's just not true. One, because they sent from their lawyer 2 letters, one of which was like 100 pages that Candace Owens posted a bunch of it on her YouTube. But I'm sorry, making your lawyers do that 100-page letter, it would seem much easier to just produce like one photo of you pregnant, for example. But they're sending letters, so they do care. Secondly, Candace Owens is an American reporter. America has 325 million people that live online, basically chronically online, and the virality of videos literally changes businesses. It changes companies, it changes lives, it brings down like full industries like Hollywood. So trust me, they care that Candace Owens has a microphone in front of 325 million people that are chronically online looking for a good story.
Check out this clip and let's talk about it on the other side.
I would stake my entire professional career on the fact that Brigitte Macron, the current First Lady of France, was born a man.
Candace Owens has used her platform to amplify and spread a conspiracy theory that the First Lady of France was born a man and was a man for the first 30 years of her life. And is now that Candace is being sued by the Macrons, saying, I will stake my entire career on it. And I really want Candace Owens' entire career to be eliminated by this debacle. Because to be clear, I do not like that lady.
Did you remember how President Macron got with his now wife? Because I think it's about to become front and center information. The French president and his wife are suing Candace Owens, and they are more than willing to come to Delaware and appear in court. They are throwing an extreme amount of money at this, and they do not plan to lose. If you don't know, Candace Owens has had a massive hyperfixation on them for a while, and she is convinced that his wife is really a man. She's not. Does that matter? Apparently not. However, this is going to bring the origins of their relationship front and center, something they've been ducking and diving for decades. I'd be surprised if anybody doesn't know, but if you do not know, she was a teacher in his school and he was in class with her daughter. She was 39 years old and he was 15 years old. And in the most generous of timelines that I could be, at the very, very best, she started that relationship when he was 16. But everybody says 15. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is real. I almost feel like they'd be better off just leaving Candace Owens to her corner of the internet where she talks about this stuff, because the mainstream never really believes anything she says anyway. Rather than your relationship and the origins of it be front and center information. It's also worth noting that his family does not like this conversation ever. His parents had wrongly believed that he was dating her daughter. And that was like their whole cover. This is going to be very messy.
Everybody's watching this series. I got clued into this, out into this yesterday when a commenter wrote this under our episode. Candace, I live in Guangzhou, China. Your special on Mr. and Mr. Macron has gone viral here too. Congrats, everyone knows, which is amazing. That person is commenting on that. And then we went to go look into it. And sure enough, this is a headline in China about the series. We also saw in Taiwan, there was a news clip about the series.
If it is true that Candace Owens is correct in stating that Bridget Macron was born a male and hid her sex change and all these other things, then, because there's a lot of accusations made by Candace Owens. If that's all true, then it's a bonehead move by Brigitte Macron to sue Candace for defamation, because they're going to have discovery where they get to do depositions and pull up all this information and seek records. If it's true that Brigitte Macron was born a woman and is just being completely slandered and defamed by Candace Owens, then I say good for her for suing. Candace Owens is doubling down. And again, maybe she's not afraid. She's got a very wealthy husband. She's worth a lot of money herself. Maybe she's not afraid of the court system. But I would think most people would be buckling right now. These are lofty and heavy accusations that have been made by Candace. A lot of people are like, Dave, you got to cover what Candace Owens is saying about Brigitte Macron. My biggest thought was, why? If someone wants to change their sex, their gender, well, what do I care what someone else does with their body? I'll play what Candace has to say. I gotta tell you, I don't like it. I don't like the energy. I don't understand what the crime is. Have a listen.
You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I gotta give it to you, you've definitely got balls. Fire everybody around you, and I mean literally everyone around you who told you that this was a good idea, that this was a very good idea for you to be the sitting first lady of a country to file a lawsuit against a journalist of another country.
Which, by the way, I don't like the way that Candace is framing that. It's like, come on, she's filing a defamation lawsuit against you. She's not suing you to be quiet. She's suing you because she says you have the story wrong.
You are literally making history in all the wrong ways. This is obvious, very clear that it is an obvious and desperate public relations strategy. That's what this is. Let's read.
And I disagree with that as well. I don't believe it's a PR strategy. They fired a 215 page or 200 plus page lawsuit where they cited all of Candace Owens' greatest hits. She's right. If this is a PR strategy, it's a foolish one. It's the Streisand effect, right? Where the effort to make something go away makes it that much bigger through, getting more publicity. The fact that Brigitte Macron is suing Candace Owens for defamation almost provides legitimacy to the story. It's like they have to respond to it. So I don't see this as a PR move whatsoever. I see this as a final straw move. But again, we'll find all this out. Does Brigitte Macron have to provide a blood sample of her chromosomes? I mean, it's so bizarre and it feels icky, to be quite honest. I don't know. Maybe folks have a different opinion than I do. I don't understand where the damage is.